see you ever play ref? Dirty game,
yeah, but I look a bad game. No, I said, Pierce, when you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. So shake hand, I can play a little bad, brethren.
Really have to shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man.
Come together, I make the violence done. Do you love reggae music? Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes. If you love reggae music, I want to hear everybody say,
Reggae Conversations, personal testimonials from reggae personalities who helped to create the music. A conversation with reggae ambassadors who took the music to the world.
For this reggae conversation, we welcome the Ska King, a man who's been in the music scene since the 1950s, Derrick Morgan.
My pleasure.
Thanks for joining us. How did you get your start in the music business?
The start?
Yes.
I used to sing in school. I used to go to Kingston Senior School. And we used to have concert every Friday in our class. And I would sing, and who want to compete against one another. And I always sing, and the girls, them go for me. I said, okay. And you know, at the age of 17, when we leave senior school and go to a school called Model Private, after I go to Model Private, at the age of 17, I get a job at the welfare at Hanover Street. But I always like stenography at them time. My eyes now giving me trouble. Anytime you look into the book, it would run water. And things, so I couldn't manage it. So I said, I have to leave this and try something else. Well, I used to live into a big yard they call Buddy Enriquez yard on Orange Lane. And there was this youth there who I love named Eric Montimaris. And we used to go down by Gold Street and we sing in Gold Street. And we start, you know, singing together, holding harmony and so on. Till one time, I get into the music now. I heard of Virgins keeping shows at Palace Theatre. So I go down there, Monty and myself, and we try to come with something because I used to listen to Little Richards. And, you know, I also imitate him and so on. So I play for Bonnie Bonita, was the musician at the time, Bonnie Bonita and his all-star band. So when I sing, they pick me, and they pick Monty, they pick Owen Gray, they pick Jackie Wilfred Edwards and Arten Celis. And Virgin used to have this show, it come between two movies every Tuesday. And at Palace Theatre. And at the end of the first movie, they have a break and the talent show would start for half hour. Then they go back to the other movie. That night it was a well full capacity in Palace. People are sitting on top of the wall. So I started, when they called me out and I go out and start singing Little Richard, I start singing like Little Richard and jump back in the alley and those things. And the crowd just up on one laugh. You know, I don't know if there was clapping or laughing. It was my first time I remember. I don't see. So I'm on stage, I'm a blind man. And they keep going, man. So when the show over now, the half hour, Virgin going call out all the artists that compete and said to the audience, which one you prefer? So when he called me out, I noticed the audience pure nice them start make. And then when the rest of the artists come, they, you know, they go down and down the audience. So I become the winner because I get the most applause. So I started now with two men was in the audience named Bim and Bam. They was a Jamaica best comedians. And they used to keep shows around the island, every theater you could think of. So they decided to take me with them. And that is my started in music, 1957.
Wow. What does Nitang Mungzai mean?
Nitang Mungzai.
Well, when I made that song, Leslie Kong was the producer, and he said, I must use the word, because I'm answering Prince Buster with Blackhead Chinaman, he said I must use the word, hey, Nitang Mungzai, that answer means I'm still your superior.
That was the opening line of Blazing Fire, that
yeah.
big hit. What was the inspiration for that? You were answering Prince Buster, but the lyrics, the composition, what inspired it?
Well, the song that he sing was him, he's a Blackhead Chinaman, so I stole his belongings and give it to the Chinaman, which I didn't know what he's talking about. But it's just a friend of mine was at the studio when he was making that song, and he said, he come back and tell me, say, why your Prince Buster doing that song after you, you know, named Blackhead Chinaman. And I say, how it go? He say, I don't know it, but he just catch a part where he say, you don't steal my belongings and give it to the Chinaman. So at that time now, when I was at Beverly's studio, at his place, it wasn't a studio, just like a restaurant. They have a piano there, and I sit around the piano and start say I'll go make a song off of him. But my song that I made, Blazing Fire, was counteracting some songs that he sing, like Bad-Minded People and One Hand to Wash the Other. Those was Prince Buster's songs, say they were all sung by you, and now it's reacting back to on you. So, and that's how it started.
But that Rivalry was a classic musical.
Yes, musical war it was.
So what was the real deal between both of you? Because you had your supporters even coming to blows.
Yes, but the two of us was strong in music. Buster put out songs that very strong, I put out songs that very strong. And what he did, meanwhile we were doing that clash, they call it at the time, there comes the audience who love me and who love Prince Buster. The audience that love me say me better than Buster. Buster people say Buster better than me. So it caused a rival war between them, you know, at the dance hall and so on. Because every time they hear my tune, they would jump, and the Buster man they would go jump too. So that's what caused everything.
Right. But this rivalry with Prince Buster, did it make you a better artist?
Well, definitely I never used to sing and curse someone. But I was a lover singer, sing love songs and those things. I did end up having 7 tunes in the top 10 at the time, from 1 to 7. And when he come in, after I made Forward March, Deadly Edley blow a solo in it. And the solo in Forward March, Prince Buster say, that's the song that Edley steal his belongings and carry to the Chinaman. I don't know the song that he said Edley copy. I don't know it. But anyhow, that was what caused everything.
Right.
Buster produced me a lot of songs. When I met Buster first, I was going up on the street and Derrick saw me and come to me and said, boy, Derrick, I want to go in the session, the studio, you know, and make some song. I can get a help from Duke Reed. So I say, what you want to do? He said, yeah, man, I'm going to record some tunes. So I say, yeah, man, we can help you out with that. But he had a song called They Got to Go, and he wanted me to help him finish up the lyrics. And he'll finish it up, and everybody go to the studio. So I made this song, Shake a Leg, for him at the time. And Melulu, those songs. So after him put out those songs, they become big hit for him, and him come with the one name They Got to Go, and he make a lot of you call it instrumental songs. Rico Rodriguez blow one called Let George Do It. Right now I hearing some people saying it's Dan Drummond, but that's Rico Rodriguez. I was at the studio when it happening. He make Let George Do It and This Man Is Good. And Buster gave those two songs to Juke. So Juke put them out. But Buster gave Juke those two songs because he thought they were no good. Because the engineer at the time, when he was taking up the song, he bring up drum bigger, foot drum more than the bass. You don't hear no bass, just drum bigger, foot drum, and he keep boof, 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 and Rico blowing on that and become a #1 seller too. So Buster claimed that he was hurting Juke, but him help out Juke too. He made 13 songs that day, and the 13 of them was #1 songs.
You have an impressive record. This was coming down to 1962 now, a very good year. You did that Forward March song, Jamaica Gained Independence, and in that year, you had what, 7 of the top 10 songs?
Oh, yeah, from 1 to 7, yes.
And 10 of the top 20.
Right.
I mean, nobody else has ever done that.
No, not yet.
You think it will be surpassed?
Long after I'm gone. Yeah.
What was it about your music that, you produced so many hits?
I don't know, but I used to sing for every promoter after a while, because I started out with Juke Reid. Then leaving Juke and sing with Buster. And from Buster I found Leslie Kong. And all of them, every producer that I sing for, make a hit. I sing for Little Wonder, which was Highlight at the time. And his song make a hit also. So that's how I get so many songs. And then in this gentleman, Bells, Count Bells, he asked me to do 2 songs, and the 2 songs I do for him hit too, In My Heart and also Meekly Wait and Murmur Not. So that's how it goes. Everybody releasing at the same time, and that give me all a 7 in the top 10.
Yeah. And you had some good collaborations with Patsy and Naomi.
Yes. Oh, yes. One day I was going up Orange Street again, and there I met this lady. Because those times I'm getting #1 songs already. When I'm from 1959, I start the first recording with Juke Reid, and leaving Juke Reid, then in 60 I met Buster, and we start with Buster. But away from that, I went to Little Wonder before seeing Buster and made this song called Hey You Fat Man, Leave My Girl Alone, and I took Eric Monty-Morris with me and do this song, Now We Know Who Rule This Great Generation, and go on and go on. And so when I reach him, when I do these songs, Juke Reid heard of it, because remember I do Lover Boy for Juke Reid first, and Who My Love Is Gone and those songs. So Juke Reid used to have me recording. So when I find Patsy, I took Patsy to Juke, and I wrote a song called Love Not to Brag, and teach Patsy it, and because I met her mother going up Orange Street. That's how I get to meet her mother, and her mother said to me, she have a daughter what she feel can sing, if I can come listen to her. And I said, okay. And I go up there and stop by her yard at John Street. And there, I saw her sit around, a little bath pan, them call them bath pan them days. and just sit around it and washing her clothes. And I say, can you sing? She said, yeah. I said, sing with me here, you know. And she bust a gospel tune for me, man. I feel everything run through me when she did it. I said, okay. And I sit right there and I wrote the song, Love Not to Brag, Love Not to Boast, Grief Come to Them Who Brag the Most. And I said, taking you to Juke Read, and we go sing. And we do this, go down to Juke. When I take her to Juke, I said, Juke, I find a partner, you know. Because those days, Shirley and Lee was licking hard. Shirley and Lee. And we was with the first duet singer when going to this. So when I sing it to Juke, Juke said, Jesus Christ, I kill them now. You know? And then we go record that song, and it was bad pan him sound. He was mashing up cocks with it and Lover Boy. They call Lover Boy S-Corner Rock. Because I gave it to Edwards. That was another sound system. And Edward played it on S-Corner, and it became the biggest tune on S-Corner, so they call it S-Corner Rock. That was Lover Boy. And so that's how things go.
What about Naomi? How did you meet Naomi?
Now, I met her in Juke Read. But this is why how Naomi get in this, and Yvonne, and my sister named Pauline Morgan. This is how they get. When I went away to England 63, Patsy found Stranger Call. And they started to sing together. So when Prince and I come back from England now, I hear this song. I hear this little youth depend. Who are you that I should be mindful of? That was Stranger. And I said, wait, it's a man bad that a Juke find him, you know, to match me because I gone. So when I hear that song, I make a tune name, Poison Ivy in My Flesh. I make him know say, Derrick Man and Prince Buster is back. All right. Then I hear him and Patsy with the song called When I Call Your Name. So I said, brought it. Then Patsy couldn't wait till I come back. And you know, I find this cousin of mine named Ivan. And I wrote a song named Meekly Wait and Murmur Not. And record that. I was throwing that to Patsy's head.
Right.
I don't let them know, just throw me words, you know what I mean? All right. So that is it. Oh, I get to know Naomi now. When I was by Juke, this girl come and say, should I like back me? And I some of the song them. So I try her with the Heart of Stone. Your heart is like a stone, my darling. And she sing it good. I say, okay. And me and I record, and we record a lot of songs for Juke between that way. So I get to find her.
But it's writing music seems like it's very easy for you.
Yes, music was very right now. Me can't write again. But at those time, music come easy, just come just like that. That means that God give me the talent. If you just do this thing, anything I touch, always go up. Touching the charts and going up, way up. I can remember when I do the I do this one with Naomi. Oh God, I don't remember that name. But anyway, it was a big seller for us too. And Don't Call Me Daddy. Don't Call Me Daddy.
But that was one of them that you were singing for Buster, responding to Buster.
No, that tune wasn't after Buster, but after Buster, hear me sing that song. Buster go and write a song called Derrick, I Feel Your Baby. So when I heard that, I go to him and say, look man, from you and I singing against one another, we never call name. So how come you ain't call my name in that song, or Derrick, I Feel Your Baby? Me say, if you don't stop that, me go write a song and you're not gonna like it. And he said, go and go write a song. I said, me not have to go nowhere. Me stay right just and write it for you. And I say, Buster, while you are away at sea, I was along with B. B is the wife, Blossom.
Oh my.
And all your children have the mark of this blackhead shining. He said, don't bother with it, no bother with it.
And that was the end of the war?
That was when we went in the war. He said, don't worry with it.
And you two became friends. I've always been friends.
But we have been friends all the years, all the years. We never have no quarrel or nothing. We just do musical war.
But you had another important role in reggae. You used to audition some of the upcoming people.
Yes.
Like Bob Marley.
Yes. When
Jimmy Cliff.
We do Jimmy, Bob Marley. But first it was Jimmy. Because how Jimmy find me, he had a song called Dearest Beverly. And he took that song to Beverly's restaurant. Beverly's have a restaurant right at North Street and Orange Street corner. So through him have this song named Dearest Beverly, and him saw the restaurant called Beverly's Restaurant. Him step in there with the song. And him go in there and must sing the song to Leslie Kong. And Leslie Kong said to him, do you know Derrick Morgan? And he said, no of him, but him never meet him yet. Leslie Kong told him, go find Derrick Morgan and bring Derrick Morgan to me, and we know if you can do the song. That means Leslie Kong wanted to find me a long time, but he didn't know how. And you know, Jimmy come up Orange Lane and find me. And when he was there, he had a song, Dearest Beverly. He sing that to me and tell me why him is there, and this man, Chinaman named Leslie Kong, wanted to see me. And me and him must come down there. And when he sing the song, Dearest Beverly, I say, you have any more? He say, yeah, I have one named Hurricane Hattie. So him sing Hurricane Hattie to me and say, well, that one ain't no sound bad, man. And we have a friend in the yard named Courtney Green. He had a song. He have a poem named The Lion Say I'm King and I Reign. And we said, let's put this together and put a melody to it. And that was it. And we take that to Leslie Kong. And when I go into Leslie Kong, Leslie said, Derrick, a long time I want to find you, you know. How did Jimmy sound? That time it wasn't Jimmy, it was James. How did James sound? I said, him sound good, you know. Sound good. And said, okay, find which is your band. I told him about Jamaica and the All-Star. And said, okay, bring him for me, no? I will go down King Street for Jamaica. Take him back to Leslie. When Leslie said, set a date, forget a rehearsal. Him set a date in Greenwich Town. And we go down there and we rehearse with just a piano. And then went to the studio. This is how we find Jimmy now, you know. And then we go to the studio, we record the song, Hurricane Hattie, and The Lion Say I'm King. Then I recorded one for him called She's Gone, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, She's Gone. When I do that one, I step out of the studio and there I met Owen Gray. I said to Owen, having a session in here, you want to come do a song? He said, yeah, man. And come in and do a tune named My Darling Patricia. When him do that song, now he come out back and start both some I best tune making at the studio the day. I said, is that true? And I sit right there and I make this song named Be Still, I'm Yours Up Here. And I step back in the studio and recorded it. Yes. And from that, the Be Still go #1 and Sunday, Monday go #2. And then Sunday, Monday leave Be Still and go 1 and then Be Still come back at 2. That's how them two tunes used to run, 1 and 2. Because yes. They release on one record at the time. So from there, we find Jimmy, and one day before we send up those records to the radio station and pre-release. Pre-release means white label. You don't go write the name of the artist and so on. So when the time for releasing now, when we put it on the Beverly's label, Beverly said to Jimmy, every James is a Jimmy. Because I'm named James Chambers at the time. He said, every James is a Jimmy, so I'm going to change your name and call you Jimmy Cliff. And I said, that bad, Leslie, nice name that. Well, nobody couldn't change my name because my band name Derrick, Morgan. You know? I just live with that. And them change the name to Jimmy Cliff, and I tell you, that is a hell of a name that taking Jimmy right through the world now. Big.
And you also auditioned Marley? Bob Marley?
When I didn't fully audition Marley, when Marley come to the studio, I was getting ready to go to England, 1963, because Prince Buster and myself get a contract with this man named Charlotte in England. When I go to Leslie and said, well, I'm going to sign a contract, we go in. Leslie said, don't do that. And I said, but everybody else come and you send them where me want to go now. I want to feel it out. So I never listened to Leslie and I decided to go. After I went to England now, was going to England in 1963, this is how Bob come in with me now. I met him first at Charles Street and Spanish Town Road at a bar where I used to drink. Pat Stewart them bar. I met him first there, and Pat sent him to me because Pat was my girlfriend at the time, and she sent Bob to me and said, must listen to him and try to record him. So at the time when he come to me, I said to him, meet me at Beverly's, and I will listen to you, and I will listen to you in the street, you know. So meet me at Beverly's. And say, okay. About 1, 2, 3, 4 months I haven't seen him. I never even remember about him. So when I afford now to go away with Prince Buster to London, we keep 2 farewell shows. That time, I heard that Jimmy Cliff took Bob to Leslie and recorded him the tune One Cup of Coffee and Judge Not. But I having a farewell show now what Leslie put on for me to go to England. One in Capri Theatre in Maypen and one at Montego Bay. I think it was a strand name. Anyhow, one night at Capri Theatre, when Bob come on stage, the man was a big dancer more than a singer. It start fling some foot to kill you. And when him come back in a verse, him have no breath. You know, tired. So I took him in the backstage and I said, and that's not how you do it. When you sing your first or second verse, you stop and start dance. But you cannot dance from start to finish. You're not going to have no breath at the end. And him say, you know, I'll follow your advice. The next show was in Montego Bay. When we went to Montego Bay, and Bob come on stage, his first song him open up with One Cup of Coffee. And the audience start booing. Because I do it my way. Him sing, then verse, him dance, and come here. When the second tune, him touch the tune, say, judge not before you judge yourself, and the place tear down. Because the people, them feel say make a song off of them right away. And that's how Bob get hot. But him never stay in Beverly's long. He went away and meet his group, the Wailers at Coxon. Him didn't stay there long. That's the only time I get around him.
Okay. But you also auditioned one Toots Siebert.
Well, Toots came to me with a left-handed guitar and I sing a song like a bantan song. I said, no, sir, that can't work here, sir. Me not like them that's true there.
Yeah. So you turned him down?
I turned him down. And then go to principal and I do dog war. I become a bad singer too. But sometimes you have to miss. You know, you can't do right on top all the time. Yeah, man.
Where were you born?
I was born in Clarendon, a district called Moko and Stroughton. So I really born in Stroughton, Moko. I'm right there. I was born 1940. Before you all get to know the hurt.
Yes, sir. How many brothers and sisters?
Oh, God. Well, I know my father had 2 of us with my mom. And he had 5 outside children. Pauline Morgan, Pearl, and Edley. Myself, and my brother named Babu. Right name was Claudius. Then, he married to a lady named Miss Jenny, and he have 10 children with her. So, it was 15 of us.
Did you all live together?
Yeah.
Yeah?
15 of us, and me and my brother, which Babu, was only the 2 for my mother. And my mother didn't have no other kids. My brother died and it was me alone for her.
How many children do you have?
Me? When you say I can't remember, it's a lot. I've got 14 or 15 children.
Any of them musical?
The last one is very musical. Her name, Queen Africa, as well known as Ventrice Latoya Morgan. Queen Africa, doing very good too. Yes. I have my daughter, Laverne and Andrea Morgan. They sing also, but they're not that popular. But they have CDs out, you know.
Is it something you encouraged growing up for your children to get into the music business?
No, I never yet tell one of them to go and sing. Because in my days, nobody teach me to sing. I just sing. And it come natural. God, you know, that's my talent that God gave me because I was born blind.
Yeah.
When I say born blind, half blind, because I could see in the days, but the time I reached 6 in the evening, my eyes gone. And at the age of 3, my mother, my aunt, found out that I couldn't see in the dark because I told her, I said, Auntie, Maki, I can't see in the dark. And she said, what do you mean by I can't see in the dark? And I was about 3. And she said, she go and test me the same night. She was at a friend home, and she took me with her, and she ready to go. So when she ready, she said, come, Derrick, I'm ready. And this is what she told me. And she said, when she step off and leave me start walk and buck up in the place, and buck everywhere. So she find out said something wrong. At the time my mother was living in Kingston, she go to Kingston for work. So she write my mother and let my mother know. In days we didn't have phone. So she wrote to my mother and let her know what happened. So my mother said she go and send for me to come to Kingston to see what's going on. I reached Kingston at about 2 years after and I was about 5. And when I was there, she took me to the doctor. She took me to, it was public, I think. And took me there, and when they find out, they said me have night blindness. So they didn't know what was night blindness, and they have nothing to give me for the eyes. So in '63, when I went to England with Buster, I found my aunt, the same aunt, take me to a doctor because she was in England then. She took me a doctor there, and the doctor test me, and them say I have night blindness. Up to now we didn't know until I reached Florida, Miami. My doctor gave me the right name for it, the retinal pigmentosis. So the older I get, it would be the worse it become. Because I see up to 1998. I was seeing until they take 2 cataracts off my eyes, and from that I don't see again. Yeah.
Did it affect your career coming up?
Oh no, because here now, no man did know I couldn't see. I was so slick with my eyes that nobody did know. It's just of late people know that really me blind now. Because I'm at home, anything happen, I could fix it. I do every little thing. You know where a good man with eyes can do. I could do it. And I keep going and no man know. Even when in my young days singing well, when Roy Richards on stage and him blind and them not throw money upon Roy Richards, I worse than him and them never know. But I go on stage and sing, but I used to follow the light. I could see light.
Okay.
So every time the light come on stage, I would, when I'm going up, even one day I was at King's Theatre and the light over blind me, and when I come in off a stage, instead I come to the backstage, I come straight and just drop. the crowd just hold me upside the ear coming off stage because they didn't know I couldn't see. It just coming like, is the light blind me, but not like that. I couldn't see nothing in the audience, nothing. I don't know they are there.
You're known as the Ska King. Are you surprised, disappointed that we don't produce much ska music anymore?
Oh yes. Yeah, I'm not really surprised. In Jamaica, I don't know. Jamaica just to keep move on. When we was doing ska music, this gentleman come from Trinidad, Lynn Tate. Change up the rhythm, and they couldn't dance that ska way again. Him change up to a thing called rock steady. So you have to just rock to your music, which wasn't good to me. I never see that great, because if I should see him sing a song on stage with a rock steady artist, the rock steady artist going to go down and the ska man going to reach on top. Because the rhythm of the people them dancing, the ska. Well, I don't mind the change because rocksteady was a real good, movement till it reached reggae. They changed it to reggae, looking a name for the music. From ska to rocksteady to reggae. Now I heard that it's in dancehall. Well, that is the name I don't like, dancehall, because every music is in the dancehall. So why that alone named dancehall? My ska tune is dancehall music also. Rocksteady is dancehall and the reggae is dancehall. So that's the only thing I don't like about the name of the dancehall singers. But don't have me wrong, they are very nice. Some of them come with very good lyrics if you listen to them. Only very few you don't want to hear.
Right. But how have you been able to make the transition from ska to rocksteady to reggae?
As I told you, I have a talent that the Father gave me. As long as the musician is giving you a good backing, like if I was singing a love song and the musician playing good, well, me go and love. And if I'm playing ska, it's just a ska. You play that and you're going. It depends on your lyrics and how you write a song. That's how I get to move around all. Because I sing ska, rock steady, reggae, and I also do dancehall if me want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everyone.
Do you enjoy touring?
Oh, yes. Touring is very nice. I love it.
Do you remember your first big tour?
The first big tour I had, well, first one was Japan. I went to Japan, Ken Booth and Avicenias and Johnny Clark also. That was a very good one. But away from that, I do a tour in the U.S., all the U.S. states, get around doing all of those. Yeah, very nice, but when you touch Europe, no, that is where I am good. And every show I do in Europe, always full capacity. Yeah, people always love me, especially the skinheads. And people always say skinheads are bad people, they aren't. Nothing like that. When they know I don't see, then we take off them hat or them thing, then put my hand in their head, they rub them head, and then have them hand in between them braces. That's how they handle me. They're nice people to me. I don't know about the rest. But they are very good people to me. The skinheads them in England. And I made a song called Moon Hop. That was a big seller for me in England, the Moon Hop. And they took on that tune and started dancing off it and called it Skinhead Moon Stamp. Then this group come make it over and call it Skinhead Moon Stamp.
Are you still making music now?
Yeah. I can't stop. And know my voice sweet.
So you have new material coming out soon?
Yes, I have a new material out named Mountain Climber right now. It's an EP out, Mountain Climber, 6 songs on it. Doing good too, doing very good.
What do you think of the state of reggae music now? The music's about 50 years old. Is it at a good place? Are you happy with what's going on with it?
Well, thank God for Bob. Bob keep reggae music going. Because why I say that? Bob is the only man getting radio play good. They don't play the rest of the artists in Jamaica like there's no other artists in Jamaica. So Bob keep it going. Thank God for him.
Could you tell us about some of the memorable moments that you've had on tour?
Well, I remember the last time I've been in Mexico. And I believe Mexicans speak Spanish, huh? And when I was going to the venue, and by the time I reached the door, was a crowd of people out there shouting, Derrick, Derrick, Derrick. That was what made me feel away. And when I go into the inside the venue, it was rampant. I get to understand those people couldn't get in. I get to understand. And they did make me feel good that night doing my set, you know. That was one. In Germany, I was, these are my follow what my people them telling me, you know. I was into a hall in Germany. We used to go to the East Germany and do shows outdoor. But that time, they couldn't do it outdoor. They have to put it indoors that night. And we in there, I tell you, you know, I was on stage and there was heat, body heat that come down on me. I feel like I was gonna faint. And one said, meanwhile the band playing, I just ease off of the tune and say, I'll step off of the stage and come out and go in at the backstage and get some fanning. I'm saying, while I was there, the gentleman who put on the show, Hazy, came around to me and said, Derrick, you have to go back on stage now because the people them out there shouting. We say, where them a shout, say? Instead of him say, Derrick Morgan is God. I couldn't believe it. And when I go out there and try and finish up the show, man, I tell you, I get a good applause and thing. Feel good. Those shows make me feel good. So go in Brazil, the same thing. In Japan, we do a nice show too. With Ken Booth, Tom Holt, Johnny Clark, and you know, it was a champion show again. People just love me for those things. I don't know, I can't say every show I go, I feel good because I always come out on top.
Do you find that people overseas show greater appreciation than people I had?
Yes. Overseas people show you more appreciation than your own Jamaican. Even in London, if you go on a show where all the Jamaican is, you have to wonder. And if you go at a venue where it's pure white, you feel very good. They make you feel like somebody singing on stage. I love you.
If the Jamaican audience is harder to please?
The hardest one to please is Jamaican, I'm telling you. I remember I started singing, and them say, if you go Queen State and not good, them are going to stone you. My God. One night I remember we were having a show at Queen State, and when I go there, and I go up on stage, and I sing, when I sing, I feel something lick me on my show. And so I didn't hear about the stoning business. I feel something lick me on my shoulder, and when flash me and they go ping, I say, wait, so what that? And you know, I had more coming behind one another, and people throwing money for me that night, and I never know. I think they were throwing stone for me. Yeah, man, I love those things. Jamaican audience hard for peace, but when I do it, I get good reception. Going to Florida, Jamaican artists, mostly in Fort Lauderdale area and them place. I even get him, what they call it, proclamation. Yes, they give me a day in Florida, Derrick Morgan Day, the 4th of November. Yes. We do a lot of things. We get through a lot of way in music. I can't forget music. I have to live with it.
Looking back at your career, are you pleased? Are you happy? Are you satisfied?
Yes, I'm satisfied with my career because right now I'm plenty better off than many. As a blind man, I find myself a good wife. We're together for 56 years and never, we don't fail. And we have a nice home. And my children, all the 15 children, is doing great.
What were your biggest hits?
Oh God, I have a lot of biggest hits. There's a lot of biggest hits for me. In the early 60s, 59, Hey You Fat Man came out and was a big seller for me.
Leave my girl alone.
Then come In My Heart I Feel Like a King, another big seller.
In my heart, I feel like a king.
Then Meek Wait and Murmur Not was very good too. Feel So Fine with Patsy and myself was good. My sister, Pauline Morgan, she did Never Miss the Water with me, and that was a big #1 seller too. You have Blazing Fire, another big seller. Forward March. You have then when I'm stepping into Rocksteady, I came up with Rudy's Don't Fear, and that was a big seller for me also. Greedy Girl, another big seller for me. And coming on and on, it's so many, I can't even remember them from beginning.
Yeah, but you say it's easy to write songs, but what inspires you to come up with the lyrics?
Well, I wrote songs on things that going on around me. a thing that I heard and I can go around it, it's easy to make a song. Like, take for instance, Don't Call Me Daddy. Don't Call Me Daddy is a song that I heard in Trinidad, say, shame and scandal in the family. So I just go around that and make Don't Call Me Daddy, you know? Well, just so me make my song then. Easy as that.
And Forward March?
Well, Forward March come out of my head, really. When Jamaica have independence, I didn't know what they mean by independent at the time. But I decided to make an independent song. So I sit home one day and I start write. And I say, get it together, be brothers and sisters, we are independent. You know, just coming off of what I heard. And that song become good. I hope Jamaica could kill off the crime business. I don't like it. Because this young generation are coming out and killing off one another. And I don't know why. Because you fight me for a gun or whatsoever, that's all right. I reached 82 and I live clean among all my friends them. And all of my friends, none of them ever, never ever get in mixed up with police or so on. So these children that growing up now can do the same thing. But what happened? I don't know if it's this kind of world that we're living in, they call it technology world or no. These children don't play marble. These children don't spin gig. You know, those things. Would I like to get that into them head and make them learn to do something differently away from going on internet and so on and doing the wrong things.
Something like music.
Yeah, and play music.
Derrick Morgan, thank you.
Thank you very much.
The conqueror and the rule also. The conqueror, I want you all to know. The conqueror. I don't mess with the east nor the west. I leave the public to suggest I'm the conqueror. Anywhere we go, I'm a conqueror. And if I play in London, me a conqueror. And when I play in Sabrina, me a conqueror. And anywhere I go.
So me just want to tell them, say, Simmer, who got the keys to the bimmer? Oh my, real reggae lover, Zaga.
Join the conversation focusing on Jamaica's development. Tune in to the post-cabinet press briefings, Wednesdays live at 9 a.m. with a rebroadcast at 9 p.m. right here on PBCJ, the People's Station.
What a flow, what